Welcome back to Farm Sim 22 on Millstown. And we're going to be windrowing this time, at least windrowing the outside and then start tethering. As you can see, I have brought rest of the attachments for the contract down. And I got the windrower lined up for the to get this outside grass on to the field to where we can eh, go ahead and get it tethered and but this way we can we'll be able to use all the grass clippings that eh, we mowed and everything. So that way they can't say you don't have access to this land when we go try to tether it or eh, to bale it. This way we're using all the grass clippings and that'll that could add up to an extra bale or two. I'm going to raise it up right there. That way it this corner is going to be nice and neat, hopefully. And if I have to, I'll come back around and get with on the corners and bring the grass back into the field again if I have to, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to get those corners back onto the field. Uh, I wasn't too sure if I was going to be able to do a video or not because of a slight accident I had. Uh, I guess that would have been Wednesday or Thursday. Hey, I went grind down a couple of screws, and my hand slipped and hit the grinder blade, and it got the middle knuckle of my finger right next to my thumb, which is also the finger I use for on the Xbox controller to eh, do the braking and reverse, and I also use it to use the mouse on my computer. So uh, it finally quit hurting, and I just took a piece of flagging tape and taped that top knuckle right by my wrist to my middle finger top knuckle, and it, it, it stops me from bending that finger so much, the one that's injured, and it's now that corner turned out good there, but I figured, well, since it's not hurting, I'll go ahead and record Monday's episode. And of course, it depends how it feels after I do this. I may wind up doing a live stream later on tonight or Sunday. I'm not sure yet because I don't know how my finger's going to feel. See, that is on the field. There. Get it raised up. Yeah, I'm going to have to come back down and get these other two corners. I don't know if you heard that or not, but I just got a notification on through my phone. It's a Facebook notification, which I'm not going to worry about, but I didn't put the phone underneath my pillow like I normally do when I go to record. So if you hear any kind of dinging, it's just notifications coming through my phone. If they start going off real bad, then I'll move the phone underneath. Well, this corner's not bad. Okay. Now we'll take it up and park it, this tractor, then we can get our tractor, which has the tedder on it, since we're supposed to be making hay bales. We gotta tether it to oh, that's good enough because we're gonna have to turn and everything. Now that was a YouTube notification. There. Okay, phone is going at least behind me, so that they don't wind up dinging coming through. Well, we are going to build a windrow that little bit back onto the field, which is no problem. And this way, every bit that was at least cut will be tethered, and then I'll wind up eating. Putting, well, I'll do as much as I can during this recording, anyways. We may only get maybe half the field tethered. Not sure. A little over 10 minutes in now, according to OBS. I'm not going to worry about missing that little bit on that corner because I'll get it on the next pass. But whatever I don't get done during the recording, I will do off screen if it comes down to it. Oh. And today's is 22 degrees right now at 2:22 p.m. On a Saturday. And it's nice and sunny out. Hopefully it melts some of the snow. I did notice when I went to check on the mail earlier that it did seem like some of the snow has melted. I guess it's where it wasn't as thick. Anyways. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you're new, welcome to the channel. I do ATS, ETS2, and Farm Sim 22. And I do plan on possibly trying to get a Friday flashback of FS19 recorded sometime this weekend as well. And as long as my knuckles, well, don't hurt me too much, I'll do that. And we'll just see how it goes. Okay, we're at 13 minutes. I finally realized that OBS has a timer that shows how long it's been recording. That's a nice thing about having a second monitor. I can see that and still, and while I'm playing the game, instead of having to tab back and forth in and out of the game to take a look at OBS. And right now there's only a very little drop frame, so That's a good sign. And I notice if I have the camera like this, it's least likely to have any kind of lag or it drop frames because the draw distance isn't trying to render so much. I think that's the biggest problem I've had, but it's been decent. I just got to remember doing that on 20 or 19 as well, for at least on maps that have a lot of going on around, and it mainly seems to be like for trees, and of course the train on this map. Some of the trees aren't bad, but some of them are on this map. And I have noticed that they put quite a bit of bushes and trees on the map that don't make sense to me, because especially like around your grain silos and stuff, people wouldn't let bushes and trees grow up right next to them in real life. So why do it in a game? Especially if you're wanting it to be similar to a real life experience. And that's why I uh, I use the mulcher or the in-game stump grinder, and I go around, take them out, or I use a lumberjack mod. I'm pretty sure that's PC only, but I can cut bushes and trees, and I've got where I can cut trees anywhere on 19 anyways. I have I don't think I've got it on 22, but it does make it nice to be able to get rid of unwanted trees and bushes. And I also use the real mower mod, which it it'll get rid of the bush, some of the bushes anyways, as long as it's on property I own. And I uh, I've done some thinking, and I think I might buy field 16. It's not a bad field on this map. Well, if I don't do it in this episode, I'll do it on the next one. We'll be able to take a look at that field and kind of explain the layout I am thinking of for the farm build. There's two different options really on there. Uh, let's see. I'd also have to buy the little piece of property that in between the field 16 and the river stream or whatever you want, the body of water there. Some of it's pretty deep on so it, you gotta be careful with a vehicle. Otherwise, you're gonna wind up having to reset the vehicle if you get too deep. And the second part is that we could use that little area for the main farmyard, and then we'll make a pathway over to field 16. And field 16 is a good size. It's a decent sized field, not really good size, but decent size, about medium size, and it it on a little bit of a hill, but not a great big hill, and so it will work just using field 16 as the main farm and still be able to use some of it for our field, our first field, and then may wind up growing it and to where we can expand the farmyard and ex- our fields both. But I when I show that, it, well, see, we're 24 minutes in now. Uh, I I don't think we're going to get to look at it that property this time. So uh, it'll be Wednesday's episode that it will take a look at the choices, and I'll let y'all decide which way we do it by comments in the video uh, of the when I show it the choices to you, which will be Wednesday's episode. Because Tuesday's going to be ATS, and I did finally get the steering set up proper on ATS. In case if you didn't watch Thursday's video, I did mention that. And of course, they're talking that the temperature's supposed to start rising this weekend, even higher, like up into the 50s, which will help melt the snow. I'm pretty much done with the cold weather, even though I do know I've got some work to do on my 318, uh, because for some reason when temperatures get real cold, it does not want to start. It'll crank over, just not quick enough to start. Which I've already figured out a couple of the issues with that. Just need to get the parts to take care of that, and then as if the temperatures could stay right around 32 to say 19, it, 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 it'll pretty much start, but when it gets down to below that, then it gets hard to start and everything. I did miss a piece of, well, I missed a whole area up here. And uh, everything, so we'll get I think there might be one little pile of regular grass in between some of those, uh, one of those rows, but it's not going to be enough to mess it up because we'll have plenty of regular hay around it to where it'll pick up that little piece of grass and turn it, count it as hay, because it's not going to be enough to make it over 30%, which is where it I've noticed that is the borderline of where if it counts it as what it picked up on the baler. Well, there's 30 minutes. We'll go to the end of this row and I'll tether the rest of this off screen, and then when on Wednesday we'll start off up there at field 16 and that other little property, which on new farmer mode it has greenhouses there. I don't know if there's anything there on this mode or not. I haven't looked at it yet, but I'm calling it a video here. Take care, everybody. Have a great week, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye now.